जय उमापति महादेव की जय। वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। आज शक्ति जगदम्बा देवी मैया की जय। श्री पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय। सबको जय सीताराम। Let me extend a very warm, a very cordial welcome to each and everyone this morning. Those of you who have joined us physically here at the Mandir on 43rd Street, San Fernando, the Krishna Mandir. And for all those persons who may be viewing us online, either on YouTube or on Facebook, Shubh Swagatam. This morning, we have come to the Mandir in the presence of Bhagwan to offer our love, to offer our adorations to the Lord. Whatever be our circumstance this morning, we come in complete and total surrender this morning as we commence our invocation and our puja and our satsang. Let us firstly extend condolences to Auntie Sandra and members of her family. She would have lost in a very tragic fashion her brother earlier this week, and the Antishti Sanskar would have been performed yesterday. That family is still in grieving, is still in mourning quite understandably, and this morning we send out our prayers and positive vibrations and thoughts for the upliftment and well-being of the family, and more so for the benefit of that Atma as it continues on its journey. Before we formally commence, just sit upright and let us offer one mantra for the benefit of that soul. Hari Om Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam Padmanabam Suresham Bhishmadharam Gagana Sadrisham Meghavarnam Shubhagam Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanayanam Yogi Birya Nagamyam Mande Vishnu Bhavabhayaharam Sarvalokeekanatham. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. May Krishna Bhagwan shower the blessings upon that family and indeed the Atma of that person who is now gone to the great beyond. Let us all stand now as we engage in invocation mantras this morning. We gaze at the murtis before us, whichever form we find most endearing, most appealing. Let us gaze at that form as we engage now in invocation. Hari Om. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswate Namaha. Om Shri Guru Charana Kamalebhyo Namaha. Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Guru Me Deva Sarvakarishu Sarvara Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadrakali Kapalini Durga Kshama Shiva Dhatri Swaha Swudha Namostute Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Bande Jagadguru Nagindraharaya Trilochanaya Bhasmangaragaya Maheshwaraya Nityaya Shuddhaya Digambaragaya Tasmai Nakaraya Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandramabhedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaye Pataye Namaha. ॐ मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जेतेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमातं वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूतमूकं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसि नमामि। ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरि ओम। Let us all resume our seats. And as we join together in opening kirtan, I invite us all to blend our voices together. Let us clap, let us sing, let us glorify the name of Bhagwan lustily. We join now with members of the group.
Jai Krishna Hare Shri Krishna Hare Dukhiyon ke dukh dur kare Jai 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 Krishna Hare Jai Krishna Hare Shri Krishna Hare Dukhiyon ke dukh dur kare Jai 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 Krishna Hare
जब चार तरफ अंधियारा हो आशा करूं किनारा हो
जब चार तरफ अंधियारा हो आशा का दूर किनारा हो
और कोई नहीं मनहारा हो
और कोई नहीं बनहारा हो फिर तू ही मेरा पार करो जय 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 कृष्ण हरे जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे दुखियों के दुख दूर करे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे
चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे विष को भी अमृत कर दे
तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे विष को भी अमृत कर दे
पूरन कर दे सबकी आशा
पूरन कर दे सबकी आशा
जो भी तेरा ध्यान करे
जो भी तेरा ध्यान करे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे दुखियों के दुख दूर करे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे
प्रेम से बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। We'll have one kirtan before we engage in Sandhya this morning. If it is possible for the group to render Ramayana Sumiran, if that's possible, they will render the verses of Ramayana Sumiran at this time. So let us all join together as the verses of Ramayana Sumiran are being chanted. They should appear on the screen as well, and let us all blend our voices together.
जो सुमिरत सिद्धि हो गणनायक कृपा सुदया द्रवहु सकल कलिमल दहना नील सरो रुहश्याम तरुण अरुण वारिजनयना करहु सुमम ऊर्धा सदा क्षीर सागर शयना पूर्ण इंदु समदे उमारमण करुणायना चाहि दीन परने करहु कृपा मरदन मयना बंदो गुरु परकंज कृपा सिंधु नर रूप हरि महामोह तम भूज जासु वचन रविकर निकर जो सुमिरत सिद्धि हो गणनायक करिवर बदना करहु अनुग्रह सो बुद्धि राशि शुभ गुण सदना बुद्धि राशि शुभ गुण सदना बुद्धि राशि शुभ गुण सदना
Siyavar Ramchandra ki jai. We join together now, brothers and sisters, in mantras of the Sandhya. And as we join together in these mantras, let us all recite them and let us all join together in performing the rituals as we go along. This is a practice that we've engaged in the Mandir for decades now. And it is really an opportunity for us to become familiar with these mantras so that we ourselves, wherever we are, can perform the Sandhya at the appropriate time. Let us all join together.
Om Paramatmane Namaha. Om Paramatmane Namaha. Om Paramatmane Namaha. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunatu Sahaviyam Karavabhai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishabhai. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om.
Let us be safe together. Let us be reared together and united and strengthened together too. Let us not be jealous of each other. Let us visualize water now in our right palm. As each mantra is being recited, take your palm, place to your lips and visualize that you're sipping this water.
Om Amrito Pasaranamasi Swaha. Om Amrita Pidhanamasi Swaha. Om Satyam Yashaha Sri Mai Sri Srayatam Swaha.
O God, protector and supporter as you are of the universe, be kind and bestow upon us truth, fame, beauty, and prosperity. In the same manner as we continue at Archman, we visualize water in our right palm, place our palm to our lips and visualize that we're sipping this water.
Om Shanno Devirabhishtaya Apo Bhavantu Pitaye Shamyorabhisravantu Naha.
Omnipresent God, be kind to us and grant us the happiness and objects we need. We visualize water now in our left palm. Using the third finger of the right hand, we dip into the water on each occasion, touching the various parts of the body. We start with the mouth.
Om Vak Vak.
Our nose.
Om Pranah Pranah.
Eyes.
Om Chakshu Chakshu.
Our ears.
Om Srotram Srotram.
Navel.
Om Nabhi.
Our heart.
Om Hridayam.
Throat.
Om Kantah.
Head.
Om Shirah.
Both arms.
Om Bahobhayam Yashobalam.
Our palm and back of palm.
Om Karatala Karapreshthe.
O God, let my words, life, eyes, ears, neck, heart, throat and head be pure and powerful, and arms strong and renowned. Let my palm and back of palm perform religious rites. In the same manner, touching the various parts of the body, we continue now with Marjana, starting once more with our head.
Om Bhupunatu Shirasi.
Our eyes.
Om Bhuvah Punatu Netrayo.
Throat.
Om Swaha Punatu Kanthe.
Heart.
Om Mahah Punatu Hridaye.
Navel.
Om Janah Punatu Nabhyam.
Both our legs.
Om Tapah Punatu Padayo.
Again our head.
Om Satyam Punatu Punah Shirasi.
Now our entire body.
Om Kham Brahma Punatu Sarvatra.
Let the region of Bhu help us to purify our head. Let the region of Buha help us to purify our eyes. Let the region of Swaha help us to purify our throat. Let the region of Maha help us to purify our heart. Let the region of Janaha help us to purify our navel. Let the region of Satya help us to purify our legs. Let the region of Satya again help us to purify our heads. Let Brahma help us to purify every place. We sit in an upright position now as we engage in pranayam. We breathe in deeply, and as we exhale, we recite each of the following mantras.
Om Bhu. Om Bhuvaha. Om Swaha. Om Mahaha. Om Janaha. Om Tapaha. Om Satyam. Om Ritam Cha Satyam Cha Abhedyat Tapaso Adhyajayata Tato Ratrayajayata Tataha Samudro Arnavaha. Om Samudrat Arnavat Adhi Samvatsaro Ajayata Aghoratrani Vidhati Visvesha Mishato Vashi. Om Surya Chandrama Saudhata Yatha Purvam Kalpayat Devam Cha Prithvim Cha Antariksham Atho Swaha.
Tendency for creation arose in the divine mind of the absolute God. Then came chaos, then came supple water, then day and night. The sun, the moon, heaven, world and horizon were created as were in the previous creation. Suryopasana.
Om Udutyam Jata Vedasam Devam Vahanti Ketavaha Drishe Vishwaya Suryam. Om Udvayam Tamasaha Pari Swaha Pashyanta Uttaram Devam Devatra Suryam Ganama Jyotirutamam. Om Chitram Devanam Udgadanikam Chakshuramitrasya Vadunaisyagnī Apradhyava पृथिवी अन्तरिक्षं सूर्य आत्मा जगतः तस्तुषश्च स्वाहा.
O God, you are beyond darkness. The luminous sun represents you. Everything in this universe proclaims your glory. The wise are surprised and illuminated by your supreme nature. You have given vision to the sun, the sea god, fire god. The heaven, the middle region, and the earth are being sustained by you. You are the soul of the universe. We join together in Pratna.
ॐ तक्षक्षूरदेवहितं पुरस्तात् शुक्रमुचरत् पश्येम शरदः शतं जीवेम शरदः शतं शृणुवाम शरदः शतं प्रभवाम शरदः शतम् अरीनास्यामः शरदः शतं भूयश्च शरदः शतात्.
Omniscient God, let us see for 100 years. Let us live for 100 years. Let us hear for 100 years. Let us live for more than 100 years. We bow our head in reverence as we recite each of the following mantras. We pay our obeisance or respects to Brahma, to the teachers, to the rishis, to the devatas, and to the Vedas.
ॐ ब्रह्मणे नमः. ॐ आचार्येभ्यो नमः. ॐ ऋषिभ्यो नमः. ॐ देवेभ्यो नमः. ॐ वेदेभ्यो नमः. ॐ सर्वेभ्यो देवेभ्यो नमः. ॐ सर्वेभ्यो देवेभ्यो नमः. ॐ सर्वेभ्यो देवेभ्यो नमः.
Salutations to Brahma, to preceptor, to sages, to gods, and to the Vedas. We sit up right now as we chant together in unison this most powerful mantra, the Gayatri Mantra.
ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्.
Let us be in union with your luminous nature, who is the creator of the three worlds and giver of our intellect. We join in Pratna.
ॐ नमः शम्भवाय च मयो भवाय च नमः शङ्कराय च मयस्कराय च नमः शिवाय च शिवतराय च. ॐ वीर्यमसि वीर्यं मयि धेहि. ॐ बलमसि बलं मयि धेहि. ॐ तेजोऽसि तेजो मयि धेहि. ॐ ओजोऽसि ओजो मयि धेहि. ॐ मन्युरसि मन्युं मयि धेहि. ॐ सहसि सहो मयि धेहि.
Salutations to the Almighty, the giver of bliss, happiness, and peace. May we be blessed with energy, strength, glory, courage, and patience. We join together now as we chant in one voice the Universal Peace Prayer.
सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भूयात्. सर्वे सन्तु निरामया. सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् नन्दन्तु सर्वभूतानि निराटङ्कानि सन्तु च प्रीतिरस्तु परस्परं सिद्धिरस्तु च कर्मणां स्वस्यस्तु राज्ञो नित्यपः सम्प्रजाभ्यस्तते वास्तु स्वस्यस्तु द्विपदे नित्यं शान्तिरस्तु चतुष्पदे शान्तिरस्तु नो देवस्य भूर्भुवः स्वः शिवं तथा सर्वतः शान्तिरस्तु नः सौम्य भवन्तु भूतानि त्वं देव जगतः स्रष्टा पाता दैव त्वमेव हि प्रजापालय देवेश शान्तिं कुरु जगत्पते यो मे अधिनासि यते तस्य शिवमस्तु सदा भुवि यश्च मां द्वेष्टे लोके अस्मिन् सोऽपि भद्राणि पश्यन्तु ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरि ओम्.
Let there be good to all. Let all be free from sickness. Let all see good and let none suffer. Let all be happy and fearless. Let there be sympathy for each other and success for all work. Let there be prosperity to the ruler who protects the people every day and also to the people. Let the bipeds and the quadrupeds be prosperous every day. Let there be peace in God's and in the three worlds. Let us and all other beings have peace everywhere. Creator and sustainer as you are of the world, you encourageth godliness and establisheth peace amongst the people. Who is my friend today? Let him be in peace. And who is my enemy? Let him also be in peace.
Om Shanti 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 Hari Om.
At this juncture, two things are going to occur. We're going to ask firstly the teachers to take the children down to the Balvihar class. Today is their yoga morning, and many of them are here bedecked in their yoga attire. So as they take their leave to their Balvihar class, I will invite members of the group, if you can join in rendering verses of Hanuman Chalisa at this point, as that leads us into our pravachan for this morning. Let us all sit upright, let us clap, let us sing, and let us join in rendering these verses composed by Tulsidas Ji Maharaj. We join together now in verses of Hanuman Chalisa.
Sri Guru Charana Saroja Raja Nij Mana Mukura Sudhar Barno Raghuvar Bimal Jasu Jodayak Palachar Buddhihin Tanu Janike Sumiro Pavan Kumar बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार जय हनुमान श्री हनुमान जय हनुमान श्री हनुमान जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर राजूत अतुलित बलधामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन वरण विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित की बोलो जय हनुमान श्री हनुमान जय हनुमान श्री हनुमान हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजै कान्हे मूंज जनेऊ साजै शंकर प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिवे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिवे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसी बोलो
जय हनुमान श्री हनुमान जय हनुमान श्री हनुमान
सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाए सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्ष उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई जय हनुमान
श्री हनुमान जय हनुमान श्री हनुमान
सहस बदन तुम्हरो यश गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद शारद सहित अहिसा यम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाए राज पर दीन्हा जय हनुमान
श्री हनुमान जय हनुमान श्री हनुमान
तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना युग सहस्र योजन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेरि मुख माही जलधि लांघ गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे ते बोलो जय हनुमान श्री हनुमान
जय हनुमान श्री हनुमान
राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिन पैसारे सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहो को डरना आपन तेज संहारो आपे तीनों लोक हाथ के कापे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुना बोलो जय हनुमान
श्री हनुमान जय हनुमान श्री हनुमान
नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे जय हनुमान
श्री हनुमान जय हनुमान श्री हनुमान
चारों युग परताप तुम्हारा है पर से जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुआरे अष्ट सिद्धि नव निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा जय हनुमान
श्री हनुमान जय हनुमान श्री हनुमान
तुम्हारे भजन राम को भावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे अंतकाल रघुवरपुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुनि रे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय हनुमान
श्री हनुमान, जय हनुमान श्री हनुमान।
जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। जो शत बार पात कर कोई, छूत ही बंध महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि झेरा, ई जयनाथ हृदय महाडेरा। जय हनुमान
श्री हनुमान, जय हनुमान श्री हनुमान।
पवन तनय संकट हरना, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुरभूप। बोलो जय हनुमान श्री हनुमान, जय हनुमान श्री हनुमान। जय हनुमान श्री हनुमान, जय हनुमान श्री हनुमान। राम भक्त जय जय हनुमान, राम भक्त जय जय हनुमान। जय हनुमान श्री हनुमान, जय हनुमान श्री हनुमान। जय हनुमान श्री हनुमान, जय हनुमान श्री हनुमान। जय हनुमान श्री हनुमान, जय हनुमान श्री हनुमान।
बोले पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय। How very spiritually charged. How wonderful that vibration. And this morning, brothers and sisters, it was really to attempt in some way to remind us of the power of Mahavira Swami. This morning, we are culminating a period where the entire country has engaged in an almost unprecedented way, particularly since the end of the pandemic, in our puja to Mahavira Swami. And for a few moments this morning, I want us to reflect and to be reminded on that which we already know, and that is the importance of our puja to Hanumanji, what he represents for us, and the fact that the power and example to be drawn from his katha and from his presence, not only around, but most importantly within us, is something that we should always cherish and should be reminded of at all times. Last Tuesday, we celebrated in this Mandir Hanuman Jayanti. And I commented to my Dulhan, and I believe she also commented or made the observation first, that this was the first time since the pandemic and prior to that we had seen the Mandir as packed as it was with the number of persons. I must tell you, as part of the persons planning Hanuman Jayanti, the turnout and number of persons and their enthusiasm was really unexpected and pleasantly so. There were so many devotees here, all of whom were in red and all of whom had the opportunity to perform their puja, to sing Hanuman Chalisa not once, not twice, not thrice, but 5 times, to hear the katha and his glories, and indeed, hopefully, to leave the mandir that evening not only with rot in hand, but with that Mahaprasad within our hearts. Throughout the week as well, we have witnessed the planning, the announcements, the advertisement for what I consider to be a tremendous success yesterday by the Epic Hanuman Chanting 3. Some of you may have attended in person. Many of you, like myself, may have viewed on the television. And I must say to you that I was glued to the television set from the time the chanting started to the time it ended. because I thought how beautiful, how powerful, and how symbolical that event was. It was for me a wonderful sight to see the inclusion of Hindu brothers and sisters from the entire parts of Trinidad and maybe even Tobago coming together at the NCIC grounds in Chaguanas for what was a noble, uplifting, and wonderful celebration of Hanumanji. Puja was performed throughout the evening, and various pundits and groups and leaders and organizations joined together in rendering Hanuman Chalisa. Even Ravi B attempted to render Hanuman Chalisa. And it was really, really wonderful to see that power and that vibration. And I say that at a time when in our country and indeed in our world, there are so many things that are challenging for individuals. At a personal level, many persons and many individuals and many families are affected by illness of some form or the other. And they're challenged with that illness, and they're grappling with that illness, and they're battling, as the case might be. Other persons have lost loved ones in sometimes very tragic circumstances, and that too brings about a sense of despondency. Many persons who've been affected by crime in this country have voiced quite loudly their intent, and if they haven't already done it, to leave these shores and to go elsewhere where they hope that it would be safer. But alas, even when you journey to other countries, it's not perfectly safe. There are always risks associated. There are many, many brothers and sisters in this country who are affected by financial challenges, living from paycheck to paycheck if they're fortunate to have a job, looking at their consuming power and their buying power every time they go to the market or to the grocery, being whittled away and wondering how do they make provision for their families. That is the reality. And so the challenges abound, and in the midst of the challenges, in the midst of the despondency, to my mind, it was indeed wondrous, uplifting, and indeed very powerful that Hindus could have come together for such a noble and laudable purpose. When you saw in particular the number of young people who were involved in that portrayal and in that chanting, then it really swells your heart to know that the future of our dharma and the future of our country is along the correct trajectory. You had persons involved in the choir, and I looked at them, and you know what? The only thing I could comment upon were that they were in the main young girls. And I wondered, where were the young gentlemen? And that is something that we must introspect upon in our society, about where our young Hindu boys and what are they doing. When our young Hindu girls seem to be steadfast in their devotion, seem to be sticking to their dharma and practicing their dharma. And that is something that we must investigate, we must look at, and we must redress if there are any wrongs in order to encourage them further. The Bal Vihar class, brothers and sisters devotees, is that starting point, and I'm glad that so many of you make the effort to bring your children and have them here at great sacrifice to yourself, I know, because Sunday mornings are a time when you want a break, you want a rest, and it is very challenging as a parent, particularly of young ones, to say, I will make this sacrifice. I will put aside the other things that I will have. Lunch will not be as I would like it to be, but I am bringing my children here. That investment that you make in your children at tender ages is going to reap rich dividends for you, your family, your community, and I dare say this country in the future. The seeds that you plant there and that you plant now will indeed flourish in the future. And when we neglect to do that, then the weeds, literally and figuratively, will really come to haunt us after. This morning, as we reflect upon Hanumanji, there are a couple things Panditji, Pandit Devendra had spoken to about the glories of Hanumanji, particularly as he was crossing the ocean en route to Lanka and the challenges that he faced. This morning, I want to build upon that a little bit, but firstly to reflect. I was at a puja yesterday, and I made the point to the devotees there that when I was much younger, I am now 54, When I was about 8 to 9 years old, I would go with my cousin to perform puja. And he would be going to all remote parts of South Trinidad, Lengua, Kunjal Road, all places of Barakpur, Kanhai Road and Kanhai Trace and places like that. I can't even remember where he would have gone. And I indicated to those persons yesterday, those devotees, that the steady diet of the devotees and Hindus at that time were 3 pujas. And the pujas were called Rot, Katha, and Suraj Puran. The young people have no idea what I'm talking about now. Puja was extended in the family home over a period of 3 days. So we asked the question, when you say you're going to perform Katha, what do we mean? Any takers? I'm hearing one in the corner there, but Anil will count because he knew. Satnarayan Swami Puja. And that would usually have been performed on the Friday evening. Rot, not only that which you eat and offer. Hanumanji Puja, and that would have been performed on the Saturday morning. And then Suraj Puran, Suryanarayan Swami Puja, which would have been performed on the Sunday morning. And that was the steady diet of many Hindus that formed the basis of their annual puja, quite apart from their puja for Diwali. And that kept the flag of Sanatan Dharma flying for many years. But then we moved beyond that to when our children became more inquisitive. And then they started questioning, what are these pujas? What is the meaning? What is the import? What is the relevance? And it is important for our young people to recognize the relevance, because that is what will give them the fortitude to continue on. And I will focus only on Hanumanji. When we look at the icon of Hanumanji, just look at his murti. There are many things that stand out to us. One, foremost, would be his physical stature. He looks very muscular. And I made a comment recently, particularly this year I have observed, with the use of computer-aided graphics. You're seeing all kind of images of Hanumanji coming out now. He not only has a six-pack, he has a whole case. The abdominals are so clearly defined. He has been probably to Mr. Olympia and back the amount of muscles that he has on. So you see these images, and nothing is wrong with that. But for young people, they must understand what that means. It does not mean go to the gym and get shredded, although that is something that you should do, wellness of body. Because Hanumanji's physical stature tells us that we must be well in body in order to withstand the vagaries of life. And well in body means being mindful about what we put into our body and how we utilize this body, how we care for the body. And that is something that is very important, because if you are in pain, you cannot focus your mind on God in the way in which we ought to, because what will be consuming you would be the discomfort and the pain. So it is important for our young people to eat well, to sleep well, not too much, but well, and to exercise as part of that balance so that your body, in the same way that Hanumanji had that physical stature, you too will have that. Because that is one of the vehicles that we have entrusted to us by God. Hanumanji also is represented by the fact that he possesses great wisdom, vidya. And that wisdom is important for us because we must be able to, first of all, uplift ourselves through information and education. And many of our young people now do that through going to school. And hopefully they are in school and they are learning there, and that's fine. Secular training is very important, but the non-secular is equally, if not more important. By non-secular, I mean understanding your dharma, understanding your scriptures, asking questions about them and getting the answers so that you are not following anything dogmatically. You are not following things blindly, because that has been the major Achilles heel of Hindus. We do certain things, we perform certain rituals, but we don't know why. And from the time we are challenged with some sort of difficulty and we are questioned by some external stakeholder, why are you doing that? Is your God really helping you? Do you understand what you're doing? And different spins on those statements, we immediately begin to question because we never took the time to understand why. And that's why so many of our brothers and sisters have jumped from the ocean, which is Sanatan Dharma, into a small bucket because they didn't understand why. So that vidya, or that knowledge, which is important not only in getting your first choice in SCA, not only getting all of your subjects in CSEC and in CAPE, and coming out with a first class degree or some sort of professional qualification or otherwise, it is equally important to have that knowledge about your dharma. And Hanumanji was very knowledgeable in scripture and in life skills generally. Hanumanji also shows that power of discrimination. And by discrimination, I mean it in the best sense. You're not discriminating against anybody. But discrimination means the ability to choose and to adapt and to make the correct choices and follow the correct pathway, adapting as you go along so that you will succeed in your goals. We are told in Hanuman Chalisa, and we are also told, we were told by Pandit Ji when he was here for Hanuman Jayanti, about the various Rakshasi that was encountered by Hanumanji as he was crossing the ocean. But just a short while ago, we rendered certain verses of Hanuman Chalisa, which I will remind us of. Sukshma Rupa Dhari Siyahi Dikava, Bigata Rupa Dhari Lanka Jarava, Bhima Rupa Dhari Asura Sanhari, Ramachandra Ke Kaj Savari, Jai Hanuman Shri Hanuman. Sukshma Roop, Bhikata Roop, and Bhima Roop. Three different forms of Hanumanji that we are told about in Katha when he was encountering different circumstances that he assumed different forms to address and to deal with the circumstance. And sometimes we take it very literally about his ability to reduce his physical stature, and that is true because of the siddhis that he possessed. But for us, it is important for us to understand the philosophy of that statement and what it means for us. I think more than anything else, the pandemic should have caused us all to recognize that as human beings, we have the capability and the ability to adapt and to adjust, even out of our comfort zone when the circumstances require. But for many of us, we don't, because you know what? We're too comfortable in our comfort zone. We don't want to change. We don't like change. And if we don't change, then circumstances will overtake us, and eventually it will lead to our destruction, again, literally and figuratively. So Hindus in Trinidad and Tobago, and particularly the leadership of Hindu organizations, who refuse to adapt and to change because that is what is required without losing their moorings in terms of dharma, will have a problem. And I dare say that is why this mandir, Krishna Mandir, has been able to sustain itself and grow for more than 70 years. Because our foreparents before us knew the ability and the need to change and to be dynamic. Our current leadership appreciates that. And I dare say that our younger ones who will assume the leadership mantle, very soon, sooner rather than later, the younger ones must assume the leadership mantle. They too will appreciate what it means to be dynamic. Raviji made a very powerful statement in his opening address yesterday about the need, and Ravi Bharati also echoed that, about the need for elders in organizations to not be threatened by younger persons, but indeed to nurture their leadership skills so that they can take over, not when they too are in the twilight of their years, but when they are young and dynamic, they have the energy, and they have the ideas, and they're able to do so. But far too many of our organizations feel very pleased at the fact that I'm a leader till I dead. And the problem with that is that the organization also dies with that person. And we must be careful not to follow suit. And so Hanumanji gives us that example of adapting and adopting to circumstances as required. And that is why, brothers and sisters, amongst other things, and I could go on for a lot longer, but I will not, I will stop. Hanumanji has found a special place in the heart of Hindu devotees in this country and globally. A special place, so much so that nearly everyone, even if you don't know it by heart, is able to sing along the Hanuman Chalisa, as you all did this morning. Because that deity, that is Mahavira Swami, represents so much to us, so much that we can relate to, so much that is applicable, so much that is wonderful, so much that should be exemplified in our own lives, that we continue to treasure Hanumanji, as we should, as our foreparents have done, and indeed as our future generation of Hindus should also do. So as parents, as guardians, as elders, let us continue to teach our children so that when they are put in a position, they can sing the Hanuman Chalisa. They wouldn't be fumbling with the words. They wouldn't be skipping the lines. They would know and would be able to sing along, and our children can do that. And they could do so with a sense of understanding, and they could do so with a sense of pride and a sense of appreciation that this is who Hanumanji represents. So whenever they may are faced with a criticism, oh, you are Hindu, you're worshipping a monkey, they can give the appropriate answer to that condemnation and set that person right. And that is something that we must all be proud about, the beauty of Sanatana Dharma. As I conclude this morning, I wish Hanumanji's blessings on each and every one of us in trying difficulties we may have. Some persons are sitting next to you, you don't understand their circumstance. Persons sitting here are faced with very, very difficult situations. And Hanumanji will give them that strength to overcome that sankat, that difficulty. What seems impossible, he will make possible. Prem se bole Shri Mahavira Swami ki jai. Before I hand over to the group, I have an announcement. The parents of all of the children who are in the Balvihar class, the teachers would like to see you downstairs now. So if you could go downstairs to the Balvihar class, and then when you're finished with that very brief meeting, you can come back up. So all of the teachers of children who are in the Balvihar class, I invite you to just go downstairs to the class for one moment and then come back up. We will now hand over to members of the group, and I invite you all to come forward and to perform your arati. Again, you're going straight to the murtis. You're not coming to the Bedi this morning. You're just going straight up to the murtis of Bhagwan.
Ram Krishna Hare Mukunda Murari.
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 Panduranga Panduranga Ram Krishna Hare.
Panduranga Panduranga Ram Krishna Hare.
Panduranga Panduranga भज मन हरि हर ओम सुमिरो मन नारायणा
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 नारायणा हरि नारायणा हरि
नारायणा हरि नारायणा हरि
नारायणा हरि नारायणा हरि
नारायणा हरि नारायणा हरि
भज मन हरि हर ओम सुमिरो मन नारायणा
भज मन हरि हर ओम सुमिरो मन नारायणा
भजु मन सूरज भजु मन चंदा
भज मन सूरज भज मन चंदा
भजु मन सूरज भजु मन चंदा
भज मन सूरज भज मन चंदा
भजु मन पवन सुमीर सुमिरो मन नारायणा
भज मन पवन सुमीर सुमिरो मन नारायणा
भजु मन सीता भजु मन रामा
भज मन सीता भज मन रामा
भजु मन सीता भजु मन रामा
भज मन सीता भज मन रामा
हनु हनु हनुमत वीर सुमिरो मन नारायणा
हनु हनु हनुमत वीर सुमिरो मन नारायणा
भजु मन गौरी और गणेशा
भज मन गौरी और गणेशा
भजु मन गौरी और गणेशा
भज मन गौरी और गणेशा
भजु मन सती संग शिव सुमिरो मन नारायणा
भज मन सती संग
प्रेम से बोलिए वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. For our announcements this morning, we are doing it in two segments. So I'd firstly like to invite the President of the Sri Sivak Sabha, Mrs. Anne-Marie Tiwari, to come to the podium. She has some very important announcements. I invite you to give her rapt attention, and then she will be followed by Devesh, who will be doing our regular announcements this morning.
Thank you very much, Panditji. Sitaram, everyone. As you know, we are working very hard towards our tea party, which comes off the day before Mother's Day, the Saturday before Mother's Day. This would be the 11th of May, and I'm sure most of you here have tickets. If you don't, we just have a few, and we don't have the space to expand and do any more tickets. So please, see our secretary, Miss Maureen Singh, she's right there, and get your ticket. We would like to thank all of you for participating so heartily in our cake sale. We can't divulge yet how much we made, but I think all of you know our prices were very reasonable, right? We didn't charge anything extra for it being specially homemade by our own hands. But thank you very much for the support. I've been asked also to mention, as part of the entertainment for the tea party, we are having a fashion show. And we are asking each and every one of you to volunteer to be part of this fashion show. Just see me or Miss Phyllis Prasad after the service, and we'll be happy to put your name in and get you into our rehearsal. We are doing some special segments. Any one of us, me included, can fit into all the segments, okay? Thank you all very much for your attention. And I'm hoping to see everyone here, and the show up should be as big as Hanuman Jayanti, okay? Thank you.
Sitaram, and welcome everyone. A special welcome to devotees who are here with us for the first time, and those of you who have returned after a period of absence. Hanuman Puja will be on Saturday coming at 7:30 a.m. Happy birthday wishes going out to Uncle Raja and Auntie Avasa. And happy belated anniversary greetings to our chairman, Uncle Gangadine, who celebrated his 40th wedding anniversary on Monday gone. Special Mother's Day service will be on Sunday the 12th. And those of you who are interested in becoming a financial member in the Mandir, you can see Uncle Gangadine at the back. The membership is only $60 per year, and you will be able to vote at the upcoming AGM. Donations to aid in the upkeep of the Mandir are always welcome. You can see the information on the screen, or you can see Auntie Neela or Uncle Gangadine at the back after service. And those persons who would like to sit for puja on a Sunday morning can see Auntie Rama at the back after service. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Devesh. And again, I want to echo his sentiments about birthday greetings to both Avasa and Raja. Happy birthday to you both. And anniversary greetings to Gangadine and Geeta as they celebrated. I also want to extend a very special welcome to Seshma and Akash this morning, who are visiting us from abroad. And to indeed all of the other persons who are here with us after some period of absence. One of the announcements I just want to focus on as well, on the 18th of May, the Social Outreach Committee will be having its semi-annual blood drive, and the mobile unit of the blood bank will be here. So that's on Saturday, the 18th of May. So you have enough time to eat your bhaji and green fig, get your iron levels up, reduce your salt intake so that your blood pressure comes back down, and that we are all ready to give blood. A unit saves a life. So we're looking forward to seeing all of you, every single person, once you are of the weight and age that you can come and register and give a pint or a unit of blood so that you can assist in saving a life. And before I hand over, I want to make an appeal this morning for your generosity and benevolence. There is a young mother who attends this Mandir. She's a mother of 2, and she has recently been diagnosed with an illness that requires extensive treatment, obviously because of certain factors. I will not want to descend into the identity of the person or the nature of the health challenge, but suffice it to say that it is a health challenge, a very serious one that requires an intervention medically, and that intervention is quite costly. The Mandir has made a decision to make a contribution to offsetting that as the Mandir, but we are also asking if there are individuals or families that would like to also join in that contribution so that it can make an impact upon the sizable nature of the expense to be incurred. I will invite you to see Mr. Gangadine after service. That's our chairman. He could share a little bit more in terms of the information, and you can then determine whether you would like to make a contribution, if so, how much, and it will be going towards the medical expenses to be incurred by that young mother. And I really do appeal to you to give generously in this regard. It is something that is deserving, and it is something fully endorsed by the Mandir. With that being said, I would now invite us all to stand as we engage in final arti and closing prayer. Before we're doing so, we will have the Purnahuti from our birthday boy this morning, Roger. Hari Om Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadrakali Kapalini Durga Kshama Shivaratri Swaha Swudha Namostute Om Purnamadat Purnamidam Purnat Purnamodakshate Purnasya Purnamadhai Purnami Vavashishyate Om Sarvame Purnahum Swaha Achmani Om Sarvatirta Samayuktam Sugandim Nirmalam Jalam Achmaniam Mayadatam Grihana Parameshwaram Achmaniam Samarpe Banaspatir Sodbhuto Gandayu Gandutamaha Argya Devanam Dhupoyam Patigrida. Wherever you are, direct both palms and seek the blessings of the Devata. Om Shri Analai Namo Namaha. I also want to bid farewell to you, Gita, who leaves us on Tuesday to go back to Canada, where she's pursuing her tertiary studies. Yogita, may Bhagwan bless you. We join in Arti Bhajan.
जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे भक्त जनों के संकट दास जनों के संकट जननी दूर करे ओम जय जगदीश हरे
puja and our satsang this morning. We give thanks to you, Prabhu, for all of the blessings that you bestowed upon us individually and our respective families. We ask for your continued guidance and inspiration. For the many students who are writing exams starting this week, we ask you to bless them with the success that they deserve. For those persons who've lost a loved one, we ask you to give them the strength to cope with their difficulty and difficult times. In particular, as we said this morning, for the family of Mrs. Suku, please bless them that they may cope with their tragic loss of their brother. For persons who are ill and ailing in some way, whether at home, in the hospitals, in the nursing homes, wherever they may be, we ask that you provide that blessing that they would be restored once more to good health. For those individuals who are engaged in acts of criminality and in deviant behavior, we ask you, Prabhu, to redirect their mind and their actions once more to noble thoughts and noble deeds. For you are mother, you are father, you are family, you are friend, you are knowledge, you are wealth, you are everything to us. We surrender ourselves to you. Hari Om, Tvameva Mata, Shapita Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhu, Chaseka Tvameva, Tvameva Vidya, Dravinam Tvameva, Tvameva Sarvam, Mama Deva Deva. Om Sato Ma Sadgamaya, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om. प्रेम से बोले श्री गणेश भगवान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय, आज शक्ति जगदम्बा देवी मैया की जय, श्री पौनपुत्र हनुमान की जय। प्रेम से बोले श्री सच्चे सनातन धर्म की जय। सब कोई जय जय सीताराम। Have a very safe, a very powerful and a very productive week ahead. We look forward to seeing you with us on Saturday morning at 7:30 a.m. for Hanumanji Puja, and then again on Sunday for our regular Sunday morning service. Jai Sitaram.